Bill Smith was a man of strength and presence. Tall and dark-skinned, with long-locked hair and a powerful build, he carried himself like someone born to lead. Whether in a boardroom or the vineyard fields, he was always sharply dressed in a white shirt and pressed dress pants. Bill owned 50 acres of vineyard that supplied wine across the United States and abroad to Europe, Africa, and Australia. He also owned several shops and properties in Santa Barbara, California, where his family lived. Bill had two sons who were his pride and joy. Each one was in charge of different things. John, the eldest, was tall, handsome, and responsible, with light brown skin and long black wavy hair often tied back in a man bun. He worked closely with his father, managing sales and helping run the family empire. Sammy, the youngest, was charming and full of life. He shared his father's dark complexion and stood tall with a confident smile. Though not as involved in business as his brother, Sammy had a remarkable gift for organizing events. Every charity gala he planned ran perfectly as it was close to Bill's heart. The Smiths weren't just successful, they were faithful. When the boys were a little younger, every Sunday morning and night, the family filled their usual church pew. Bill and his wife, Lisa, led the outreach ministry, often praying with people and helping those in need. Bill occasionally preached when the pastor was away. Lisa, tall and radiant with wavy, kinky hair, was loved by everyone for her kindness and grace. John and Sammy were deeply involved too. At 19, John led the teen ministry, organizing cleanups, youth activities, and trips to help build community. Sammy, at 17, was part of the church's prayer group. His prayers were powerful. People on the streets often stopped to listen and were moved to begin their walk with God. Sammy also loved planning weddings and events for the church. His talent was undeniable, and he loved every minute of it. Sammy's heart also belonged to Amy Green, a sweet, fair-skinned girl with long, kinky hair. She was active in ministry too, and Sammy dreamed of marrying her one day. The Smiths were admired by everyone around them. They were united, letting nothing break them. But their world was about to change. Lisa became ill, breathing became difficult, and hospital visits grew frequent. Bill put everything aside to care for her, though he made sure the boys kept attending church. For a moment, it seemed like she was improving until one tragic night. Lisa's lungs collapsed, and she was rushed to the hospital. She never came home again. Her passing broke Bill's spirit. He had prayed with all the faith he knew, believing God would heal her. But when she died, bitterness filled the space where hope had been. Bill stopped praying. His church attendance faded. John and Sammy continued for a while, but their faith was shaken. Eventually, the family stopped attending church altogether, pouring their time and energy into business. Sammy ended things with Amy, feeling lost and numb. Before walking away, Amy looked at him with tears in her eyes and said,
"I pray that you find your way back to Christ."
She never stopped praying for him after that. In time, Sammy's life drifted further from the one he'd known. He spent his nights with his three closest friends, Rico, Jordan, and Richard, partying at clubs he owned and chasing after temporary thrills. Sundays were no longer for church, but for lunches and bar nights. But deep down, Sammy couldn't ignore the emptiness that had replaced the joy he once felt serving God. His mother's memory, Amy's words, and the prayers of those who loved him lingered in his heart like a soft but persistent echo. But this story isn't about who Sammy became when he walked away, it's about who God was shaping him to be when he called him back. God had plans for Sammy, plans to mold him into a man after his own heart. The journey wouldn't be easy, but it would be real, powerful, and transformative. Sammy's story was far from over.